everyone, welcome to episode 5 of Talk with Eminem. This is Marzi.
And this is Mariam.
Um, First of all, sorry that we kind of skipped 1 week. There was a lot going on, we were busy, we weren't able to record an episode, but this is our episode 5. And we're going to be talking about produce. How do we shop for produce? Where do we find the best produce that we want? And we have some good data and information to share with you.
Yep, hello. I think you made a mistake. We skipped 2 weeks.
Oh, we did?
Yes,
oh,
we did.
Boy, time's
And
gone by really
it is
fast.
very interesting because still we did not post our podcast to everyone, and we just told like few friends. And we are already getting some feedbacks, and we are seeing that people are listening to our podcast. This is very interesting. And thank you for listening to us. And here we are. I kind of cheated because this is the industry that I've been working for a long time, and I kind of have a lot of knowledge, and I still don't know anything like everything else. But it is a very interesting subject to talk because this is a shopping that we make every day. We go to grocery store or we order food box, like a fruit box, or we are growing our own. You know, it's just a lot of people are growing their own fruits and vegetables and they use it. I think this is a very interesting subject to expand and talk about it.
It's actually it's very interesting to me how because especially these days everybody's talking about just cooking at home because it's healthier, and I always think about the produce that I purchase and I bring home and I cook my own meal, but I still feel like some of the fruits and vegetables are not as healthy as they're supposed to be. Some of them are not being grown in the best environment. I think there are a lot of pesticides being used, and I've read a lot about the product that they put on the cover of some fruits to keep them nice and shiny for a long time. So even when we shop and bring fruits and vegetables home and try to eat healthy, we're still eating hormone and unhealthy additives and pesticides. And so the good thing is you have so much information about this, and I really want you to talk more today because you have this information. You've been working in the industry for a long time, and there's a lot that you know, and I do have a lot of questions also. And so let's see what we can unfold.
And I hope that I have answers. It's just I have to open a disclaimer that whatever we talk, it is not 100%. It is not a fact. This is what we think, and this is what we
Our
talk.
opinion,
Yes,
yeah.
it is just our opinion. Don't use it against us. Don't try to
don't use it against anybody else.
Yes, and don't get mad if you are one of my friends working in the industry that you listen to this segment. It's just don't get defended because I'm just giving you my opinion. Let's open from here. Let's think about how people are getting their produce, how often they're shopping produce. We know that a lot of things happen lately in the past 10 years, that most of the retail stores like Target, they added produce section, like Dollar Store, Dollar General, because they see that people are coming and they're stopping for produce. That's their main shopping item. And they added, and it did help their sales. Another thing that we notice, and we know, probably all of you know, they changed the produce section to most of the retail in the front of the store, because this is the first thing that you see and you grab. If like most of the Kroger stores, they have like 2 doors. One is bakery, deli, the other one is produce, and those are the two main items that is just you grab. And always the shiniest, the sales is in front of the store, the seasonal items. And believe it or not, buyers and produce directors, they work so hard to just come up with the best and just have the best sales. It's up to us to choose the best. What do we care? The price, the vegetables, what we are buying, what we're cooking with it, what we're eating, and what we're providing our family. Who's the winner here?
Nobody knows. So, let me see. So, for example, myself, I purchase fruits and vegetables probably once a week, and I'm not tied into one store. I always try to get the ones that they kind of look the healthiest. Actually, it's funny because I feel like if the name says organic doesn't necessarily mean anything to me, but if I look at a store and I see their fruits are not all exactly the same size and they look exactly the same, I know that it's kind of more organic because they let the trees and bushes do their thing, and they're not so so I kind of pick and choose, and I purchase from different stores, but it's crazy how we've been seeing that there's not enough of a lot of, for example, lime and lemon, which every time I go to the store I buy lime and lemon, and most of the time I go to Juan's and they either don't have any,
they're out,
or just a few left. Yeah, and
this is the lately problem that is just you notice.
yeah, and few other things, but it's yeah, I've been seeing that it's not enough to choose from, and it looks like there's a limitation to the capacity of the produce that they're bringing in, and is it because of the
I don't know. It's just I think maybe lime is a very very big item for the stores, and I know you're so right. It's lately it's very least amount of the products, fruits that they're able to buy, like everything else, supply and demand, and freight. Freight is just killing produce industry, agriculture, and everything else suffered because of the gas prices, and a lot of industry suffered because they had a shortage of drivers. They couldn't get their product, to where it's supposed to go. And we're going to actually the list of what states are the most productive, or and which one are the one that will produce more produce. But that's matter. And amazingly, California is one of them. And we are living in the state that is producing a lot of these good fruit and vegetables, because we have the best environment and we used to have the best water supply. But we are getting from other states, that just created some problem. And also, don't forget, like I can give you an example, strawberry was growing a lot in Orange County years before even we moved here. Now there are none.
really?
They don't grow strawberry in Orange
Oh,
County
wow.
because the water is very expensive, land is very expensive, and everything expanded to the residential, commercials, building, properties, and it seems it is happening here in Ventura County as well.
So they have to import strawberries?
A lot of strawberry goes, a lot of our produce goes to Mexico. And this is the revolution that happened in the past, 10, 15 years, or maybe more, but it's just, I feel it like more and more lately, from tomatoes, from herbs, from it's just vegetables like green onions, strawberries. Labor is very cheap in Mexico, and freight is kind of reasonable, and they have a lot of labor. It's just as like they're growing, and a lot of growers here, they're contracting with the growers in Mexico, and they're just getting these products. That just make it a little bit complicated. But lime is one of those, I think, item we have to search and see why we are seeing like less items and less product.
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
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 go ahead.
good. I was gonna ask about avocados.
Yeah,
Are
go ahead.
avocados still in jeopardy?
It's back and forth, you know. It's just that's a story that it goes to politics. To there's
that's
just
a whole-
and that. I'll tell you something.
Okay.
Have you ever seen any commercial? I know you don't have a cable, but at least it's just we've seen like around any commercial for any fruits or vegetable growers or producers or companies on TV or radio beside avocado.
That's a good point. The only thing, no, not really. The only thing that I really have seen, and I see a lot of, it's just that one, the cranberry. The cranberry.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just that one.
Okay. It is
company.
mostly the cranberry juice, right? It is the cranberry juice.
Yes.
But you don't see it because they're not that big. They're not that. But avocado is a massive industry.
It has its own
That's just,
industry.
it has its own gigantic emperor, like
Emperor of avocado.
and between avocado in California and Peru and Mexico, and like it's just there are companies that they're importing and they're trying to have avocados all year round. And avocado is a very expensive item, and as a matter of fact, it's just as like
it's a luxury item.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
even
yes.
at Chipotle.
Yeah.
When you want to add avocado, you should just be a little bit more rich.
not just Chipotle, everywhere else.
Everywhere
it's
else.
just
Really? Is
they
it
charge you
extra?
for it. Yeah, for avocados they charge you $2.50, $3.50,
Yeah.
$4. I even saw $5 as well.
Oh
but
my god.
oh
boy.
Gladly I'm not in charge of pricing it. But it's just I want to go back and I want to see. It's like honestly, there are different type of shopping habits that it is changing. I was reading an article today that they're recommending why USDA no regulations for the new companies that they have meal boxes. They've been expanded and there is no regulation for them.
Oh, you mean like pre-packed
Yes, everything.
meals?
Yes.
The ones that you just get the ingredients
Yes,
and you can.
and
Okay.
everything is like in a little tiny plastics, and then you have to have they're sending you the
Ingredients
recipe,
and the
and it's
recipe,
just
yeah.
you sit and it's just you make it, and there are different companies. And also there are some local companies that they kind of they started a long time ago. That's nothing new, but I think these meal boxes help them to just expand it more. They're putting different vegetables in a box, and you can buy it weekly, monthly, and you don't know what you're getting. Or you can just, some of them they will give you the choice. You're getting these kind of vegetables, and it will come to your door, or you pick it up from like a specific location. I don't know. It's just these are the way that people shop. They walk in the store, they have a list. They know what they wanted. They pick what they pick. Do they pick the items that it's in the plastic wrap, or they prefer to just pick the one that it's fresh and it's just it doesn't have any wrap or box or bags or clamshell? These are all the choices that we have, and produce section is expanding. Now most of them separated in two, not exactly separated, is organic and conventional, and they added like dressing salads by the produce section. They're adding like dates, like a dry fruit. These are all coming little by little closer and closer to the produce. because not always you're able and your body is capable to just eat all of the fresh fruit. Then you're just moving toward dry, and I think these are goes together hand to hand, and that's another fact that I can remember and that I was trying to.
Yeah, and that actually takes it, because that's going to bring up a whole another concept of with all the bagged and packed produce. You get through the whole section of now what to do with the packaging, because usually you just bring it home and you take it out of the package right away, so the package life is just like an hour in your hand, and then it takes it to the whole recycling ideas. And so yeah, go ahead.
No,
I'm just like there's so much about
this. I was
yeah,
thinking, yes, just this is not gonna fit in one session, but people, are they like clipping coupons, and do they know how much they are saving to shop where? Do they know that most of the time different stores, they carry the same items, and sometimes with the same name, different prices, because they have a different contract with each chain store. Sometimes the new things that it's expanded so much, and stores, they have their own reason. Private labels. You go to Walmart, you go to Kroger's, they have their own private label. Like Trader Joe's is all Trader Joe's, but you're getting the same product that it's packed. Like these produce companies that they are packing, or they're just it's like bagging, or they are making mixed salads or mixed fruits or something. They are packing for this store, then they will stop, change the wrap, they put for another company.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my god.
But it's the same product.
Yeah.
But you're getting it, and you don't know this is the same product.
Oh wow. That's interesting.
Yes.
And then they're selling it for totally different prices at those two.
Because imagine why you're getting the best prices at Walmart, because they're gigantic. They're able to contract bigger and get the better price. That's their potential. Some other market we're gonna go. I think we should just go over.
So could it be the same produce that you're buying from Walmart and Trader Joe's? Oh wow.
They are the same, from the same grower.
Wow.
From the same lot. Same
That's
day it
very
was packed, and it's just
that's very interesting.
it goes to the different bags.
That's very interesting. Yeah, go through it because Mariam has some really good notes written down here. She came in really prepared today. So she has some good questions written down, and some notes, and some good facts that we're gonna go over.
Actually, I want to go backward and just come up with these information that we have. I think it is better to share right now, because then we can talk about it.
Sounds good.
We have 10 states in United States that they are producing the most fruits and vegetable. And believe it or not, definitely you already know California is number one. And it's 69%, I think. It's just my notes are kind of ruined here. This is sad. Oh my god. My
So
numbers.
the one that you're saying, the top 10 states that produce in 2021, number one, California, is 8.94%.
No, that's not correct. Because I remember it's just all of them changed, because I sent it to myself. It was like 60-something%.
Okay.
And then Washington, it started from like 6-something%.
Okay.
It is a big difference. If you look at the numbers, California in 2021, they had 29 billion. That's a lot. It's just was like Washington goes ranking number 2, and then Florida
drops down to 3.
Yes, and then Arizona, Georgia, Oregon, Michigan, North Carolina, and New York. And the last one is Texas. That Texas is 0.82%. It's unfortunately this one is just. Okay. The only one that is not correct is the California, which is 60-something%. Washington is 8%. Florida is 6.5%. Arizona is 4.3%. When you want to compare it, that's a big
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Georgia is 1.95, Oregon is 1.54, Michigan is 1.37, North Carolina is 1.32%, and New York is 1.19, and Texas is not even 1% of the produce and vegetables that is being produced in United States. That's amazing that one state is producing almost for
The entire
the
country.
entire US.
Wow.
And we're also exporting
yeah.
to other countries too. We have a lot of clients from Europe, from Middle Eastern, from Japan, that they're getting our products by boat, by ship, or they're flying products.
Wow. Wow. How many, well, that's a random question, but look, how many days does it take for a shipment of produce to get from here to
15 to 25 days, and that's
Oh,
why
wow.
in the COVID era, it's just that was
Yeah.
that was a disaster. And
Wow.
you know, it's just you can't ship everything. You like, you know, some vegetables you have to fly them. Some herbs, well, they definitely should be on the next
Aw,
flight.
They don't look, they get seasick.
Yes.
They prefer to fly.
You just go over the fruits, the number one fruits that it's been sold in US.
Sure, I'm gonna read these. So tell me, so it says top fruits sold in US. So what does it mean when we say bananas 63%?
Out of 100% fruits that it's been sold to United States.
No
So
way.
that is crazy number.
What? Well, I think I'm responsible for about 50%.
See?
So, wow, top fruits sold in the US.
Mm.
Bananas take 63% of the entire produce. That's crazy. Strawberries, 55%. Grapes, 55 also, and apples, 55.
Yeah.
Watermelons, 50. Oranges, 47. Blueberries, 41. Lemons, 41. And then... Oh,
Look
wow.
at avocado.
Peaches are more than avocados. So
Yeah.
peaches are at 39, avocados 38%. Then pineapple and cherries with 36.
The lemon that you were just asking,
Yeah,
it's 41,
wow,
and I
that's
remember
crazy.
that lime, it goes down. Look at the after pears, 27%.
Oh yeah,
Berries,
blackberries 26, clementine 24, mangoes 23, plums 22. So the last one's plum 22.
yes, yeah,
And then vegetables are.
yeah. Come down.
Oh,
go
that
down.
one's vegetables.
No,
are
go down, go
missing.
down, go down, go down, go down.
Oh,
yes,
I see what happened. The
yes,
format. The
I
format.
gave up.
So vegetables in vegetables series, potatoes are number
Number one, my mom's
62.
favorite.
My mom.
Our mom's
Aw,
favorite potato.
Yeah, she probably buys like 50% of that. Tomatoes 61, onions 57%,
See,
carrots 51, bell peppers 46, broccoli 44, cucumbers 45, salad mix
44.
oh like the greens 44, lettuce 43, celery 40, mushrooms 38, corn. I would think corn would be more.
Actually, in
38.
the agriculture,
Mm.
believe it or not, corn is number one
Ah.
because we're talking about corn as a vegetable to eat as a produce.
Oh,
but in the
as a
ag,
meal
yes, as a
itself.
meal,
Ah.
corn is the number one in the
Yeah,
ag.
there we go.
Yeah.
That's
corn,
what I
and
thought
after
it would
is
be.
cotton.
Oh,
After corn is cotton.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
that's
And
you
then
know
there's
just
garlic and spinach, green beans, cabbage, sweet potatoes 33%, green onion, cauliflower 30%, and asparagus 28.
and these are kind of like, you know, changing every year a little bit, but sometimes, you know, it's not a big change.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
This is the next chart. It should have like a group of how many items is that?
Which one? No.
Oh,
It's just
oh,
this
never
is
mind,
this is
never
this
mind.
is
Yeah, yeah.
100 best. I come up with this one because I want to tell you guys
Mhm.
that best retail in America, mixing everything, best retail stores, best.
So not just produce,
not
everything.
produce, everything. Obviously, the number one is Walmart. After that is Amazon. Okay, we know that. Amazon is because of the Amazon. It's not because of the produce. They just started barely, and they are able to just, to provide like little. These Amazon Fresh stores are popping, but it's
So they have
not.
the highest sales.
Yes.
Is it, okay, that's what
And I highlighted this one, Kroger. Kroger's are combination of like, it's just different stores in different states, but they are one of the strongest, and mostly it's grocery and produce and like deli. These are so strong numbers. And then number 4 is Costco. You're coming down and you're just seeing this. Ahold is number 12. That's one of those chain retail in United States as well. Publix is another one. Aldi is kind of new in United States.
Yeah,
they came
'Cause it's
along from
German, yeah.
And then you go down, number 25, Myers. These are another big chain. But these are between like Kohl's, Starbucks, Ace,
Yeah.
7-Eleven, AT&T. And I think this is very interesting because produce is part of these stores.
Yeah.
And stores are spending so much money because one of the, like a hook for customers, to bring in
To bring
customers,
people in,
is
yeah.
produce.
Yeah, because if you can go somewhere and get your produce, get your fruits and vegetables, and get other stuff, you're definitely
Exactly.
gonna go there, because
Correct.
that's something that everyone's buying all
Correct.
the time. So,
Correct.
interesting. And talk about, unless you wanted to say something else, but
No.
because talk about the regulations on the meal box companies. So what does it mean when you say they don't have any regulations? Like, as far as what
Okay.
kind of produce they're using? Or-
No. It's just because the produce companies are being squeezed right and left to have clean product, clean environment to grow. Like, they have to pass a lot of inspections, especially with the big stores like Walmart and Trader Joe's. They're inspecting farms, they're inspecting where they pack, they're inspecting how they pack it, they are inspecting the water. There's another company that is inspecting their water, their drainage. And especially in California, farmers, they have a hard time using water because there are so many regulations, and if they go above what they're supposed to use, they are going to be fined
Oh, well.
astronomically numbers. And that's why a lot of farmers, they stop farming, or they
That makes it very challenging. I mean, how can you not water your
Yes.
crops?
That's why a lot of them right now, they switch to the dripping system. They don't have any choices. They have to either stop. Like, I know a company that is just, they were doing great, but they had a lot of challenges from global warming, not having enough rain, not having wind. Everything was just, it's like creating harm and damage their product. They stopped growing. They're purchasing, they're packing, because it wasn't worth it for them. They were losing money. I think California for farming is going to be challenges and harder every day.
Yeah, it's gonna be very difficult because both California and the ones that are closest to us, I think Oregon's been really suffering from water shortage, and especially California, because I remember from even when we were not here, we would always hear that's the number one thing for the state for the state of California. It's produce. It's just miles and miles of fields of avocado trees and lemon trees and everything, and then if they cannot take care of it the way they're supposed to, they're just gonna have to close down one by one, and then they're just gonna have to import, right? And the price is gonna go up, and yeah.
That's true. That's true. Regulations are good, but it's getting to the extreme stage or steps. It's getting too much, like food safety, and each company has to pass and give each vendors all of these information, and it's not unified information. Each, like for example, right now, for each customers that we're selling products, each one of them, they have their own forms. You get 10 to 15 pages of questionnaire.
Wow.
How do you, I don't know, pack this one? Do you have a screen on the window? Do you have like, just what your, there's a lot of
And these are the buyers?
buyers, yes, the companies that they are buying product from the farmers,
Oh, okay.
they have to have these audits
Yeah.
from us,
Yeah.
otherwise they're gonna be in trouble
That's
as
right,
well.
that's right.
And some of them, they go to the extreme phase, and they're make it harder for you, because you have to figure out every single time there is a new question. Then you have to go back to your QC. Now, nobody didn't have QC team. All of the farmers, growers, they have a team of quality control that they have to be specialty. They have to have, they have to know what they are doing. There are lots of companies that they created. One of them is in California that for leafy green, and they're controlling after the salmonella that it just happened like years ago, and I think few people, they died. They have to be very careful, but it goes to the sometimes extreme.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go to the good
Good stuff.
stuffs. Yeah. Let's talk about merchandising and how, these merchandising in the stores and produce and how they just put them together. It's important for you to shop and talk about that. It's just as like the colorful and.
Oh my God, I know. I just, as you were saying that, I saw the note that you wrote, and that's exactly how I buy my fruits and vegetables. I just smell them. I buy everything by their scent, and and it was so hard during COVID, and when we had masks on, I couldn't buy fruit. I couldn't smell anything. Yeah, I just look at them first. And I always go for fruits that are not ripe, because I like them crunchy. And yeah, they're the way they feel and the way they smell. And you know how I always just buy one or two of something. So yeah, it's a nice combination of and it's so hard to eat healthy, because if you buy a pack of, I don't know, if you buy a bag of Cheetos, you can have it for months, and then whenever you feel like it, well, if you don't eat it, and if it stays around, you can open it any time and eat it, or anything that's processed. But then you see a beautiful apple at the store, and then you buy it, and you come home, and if you don't eat it by the next day, it's gonna die. So yeah, all the time with fruits and vegetables, I try to eat them as much as I can. Some of them I can't eat because it really upsets my stomach. But like the apples, I love apples. Just like biting into it, it's satisfying. But every time I eat it, it gives me a terrible stomachache. So I only eat it every now and then, just for the sake of the pleasure. But fruit salads are good. Sometimes when I have a few different ones, I just kind of chop them all up, mix them all together, and pour a little juice over it.
Ooh,
and yeah,
fancy.
Yeah, and then veggies I use a lot. I just kind of saute them real fast and real quick.
What kind of veggies you're getting?
I love mushrooms. I like a combination of kale and mushroom go well together sometimes, but kale is kind of too heavy. so I can't eat. But I like asparagus, Brussels sprouts,
Uh-huh.
broccolis.
Oh, I know how to make them so good in
Thank
the
you. I
oven.
should make you some. Yeah, I love to just like chop them all up, broccolis and Brussels sprouts, and with olive oil, salt and vinegar, and garlic, and just put them in the oven.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah, yeah, it gets really good.
I don't know how you make them so
No.
glazy and it's just
It's a
perfect
secret.
looking.
Yeah.
Is it because you're smelling onions also when you shop?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And garlic.
And garlic. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. The key is the garlic. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, and it's yeah, because I think that's a good way to make veggies because it's delicious. It doesn't really lose its nutrition, so you don't cook it for a long time. And you can almost do that with anything, with zucchinis, bell peppers, everything.
Yeah. Oh.
Corn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, just throw it in the oven, and yeah. But
Do you know that apples are being harvested 5 or 6 months before you eat it?
what? How?
Yes.
Why?
That's how it is. They are harvesting apples very, very prior because they can't have apples all year round.
Oh, that's right.
And they are saving them in a special houses or like
boy.
rooms.
Yeah.
And then the apple that you're eating right now, it was harvested like
Oh,
3,
wow.
4, 5 months ago.
Oh my god. How do they keep them
I don't
fresh?
know.
That's a secret.
I have no
yeah.
idea.
Well, that's one of the things because it's good that we can get almost anything at any time during the year, but it kind of loses the joy of waiting for something. Because I remember when we were kids and everything was seasonal. You could just have watermelon for 3 months, and you had to wait for it until
That's
next
true.
year.
That's true.
There were so many things that they were seasonal, and you couldn't just have it all the time. And it was a lot more pleasant because you wouldn't eat that particular fruit or vegetable for months, and you would wait for it
Yeah.
to come to stores. And you kind of felt like you're tasting it for the first time all over again. But I don't know, now we just have everything all the time. And I don't even know how they're growing watermelons without seeds. Because watermelons don't have seeds, but they keep growing them. So I don't know what's happening
I
there.
think it is about like it has like a male and female things, and then when they grow it, I have no idea. I don't want to just get into the very, very technical.
Oh boy.
Let's see.
Oh, you brought the global produce and floral.
Oh, it's
Okay.
yeah. Actually, these are the associations that produce companies and retails are kind of connecting to each other because they are the one who's making decision for us. Those like associations, we have a very, very famous one. Where is that?
I saw one at the end of your notes. The Global
Oh,
Produce
okay,
and Floral
yes.
Association.
That's actually IFPA.
International.
Yes, they used to be just in US, but they got so much big, and they are doing great. They do a lot of stuff. Even they do lobby for it's just the last thing that they were at the White House to pass a law for because there's a shortage of workers, and they need to pass something to be able to get workers. And these associations, besides like having a lot of expo and exhibitions and connecting retails, food service, and growers together, they are doing some kind of good work as well. We have a lot of them around here, but this is the biggest one. Like each region has their own associations. Like even each like a fruits, like grapes, they have their own associations.
Oh.
Like mango, they have their
Oh my
own,
God,
like,
that's
yeah.
interesting.
What else is it's very
That's
interesting.
funny.
Yeah, leafy greens, they have their own, and but that's the best way. You know,
Very
it's just
interesting.
I think it is good that growers and farmers are friends and they are connecting and they are growing together in this country, and I think that's the beauty of it. And the buyers and the purchasers are the secondary that they are connecting these dots together, and we're the last and the end of the rope who's purchasing and using as a consumer
Yeah. That's
from
interesting.
from wherever, and
Yeah.
we're the one that we have to be careful not to waste it and appreciate what they are doing, because it is so hard. When we think that everything needs to be organic, it is impossible. Even in the organic products, you know that they are using chemicals, but these are the chemicals that lobbyists were able to get approval, permissions, because they're like lower, milder, you know. But it's so hard to fight animals with. I have a small garden plot and I'm not able to fight with gophers, rabbits, squirrels, birds, ants, frogs, like, and it's like whatever you see, they are coming to eat and feed, and there's no other way to prevent and protect them.
I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, before we wrap up, I was going to ask you this, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, because this is like, these are the secrets of the industry. But when we talk about organic produce, how organic is organic? Like, if I'm looking at 2 different apples, is it really worth it to pay that extra money for the, what are the things that are considered for that other apple to be done to be organic? Is it, it's not just pesticides, right? There's a lot more to it.
It is mostly pesticide.
Is it
It
just
is
that?
pesticide.
Okay.
And then if they grow in a land that it's specifically called and certified as organic, in some states, like, it is between 3 to 5 years that they shouldn't spray any pesticide that it's registered as a, you know, it's just non-organic. They should have wait and not use any other product, just organic, until it is certified. They have to use. They have to use.
Yeah, they
pesticide.
cannot not do it, just like what you were saying, because they cannot protect their crops.
And then, you know, it's just, I think some products, they're just call them dirty, like, you know, strawberries.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, apple, like, these are the ones that they observe a lot of pesticide. Maybe we can look for the list of what products are the one who's observing those pesticide and try to buy the organic. But I wish we were not that many and we were able to grow our own. That's my dream.
I know.
To just have my own garden, have my own potato, have my own tomatoes, like, you know, just grow my own herbs. And
you're amazing at it. We didn't get to talk about your garden, because you can literally grow anything. We're right now we're gonna have dinner, and she just made a salad and that everything was grown in her own garden. So this is amazing, and it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication. And when you do it yourself, you can see how much work actually goes into it, and then you really don't feel like wasting any. So
that's true.
Yeah, I think unfortunately we, as a society, we just waste a lot of produce, and it's not fair to all the people that are involved. They're the ones that's putting all that hard work in.
I want to talk about something yummy, because it's not just food, it's not just good healthy food. There are some desserts that you can make with good fruits. Just try to remember those.
Like what? Like what?
Carrot cake.
Oh, carrot cake! Oh my god, I know, right? Oh my god, yeah, carrot cake.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of like ice cream with fruits.
Mhm,
What
mhm.
else?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, all kinds of dessert.
Like a rhubarb, like pie. A lot
Yeah,
of
all
pies.
sherbets. and-
Yes,
Yeah.
strawberry pie,
Yeah.
blueberry,
Oh,
raspberry.
Oh yeah.
These are fruits that
You
it
better
goes-
have dessert because now you're making my mouth water. Yeah. If we appreciate it and use it right, we can get the best out of them. And I'm so glad to see that a lot of people started appreciating just preparing their own food at home during the COVID era that everybody was home. And I see there are a lot of good homemade recipes coming out. People are, as you're saying, they're growing their fruits and vegetables at home or herbs, and they're trying to figure out different ways to actually use them and not to let them go to waste.
Right.
And just make more food at home and appreciate it more.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true. Did we miss anything?
I don't know.
Because I had a lot to say.
Stores. Well, we actually have a spot that people can ask questions or leave comments at. So it would be great to hear from them. To
Yeah, communicate with us.
yeah, and for example, the question that you were asking in the beginning, how do they get their produce? And
Yeah.
what kind do they prefer? Where do they get it from? What are the factors that make them choose something over something else? Do they like them in bulk? Do they like them in packages? And yeah, so leave us comments and ask questions.
And help us because we just posted this podcast on Spotify, not anywhere else yet, and we don't know if we're going to do that. But right now it is on Spotify, and if you can help us to communicate with you more, just give us some ideas. We have some kind of a pattern that we're going to slightly move toward that from hopefully next week. These 5 seasons or sections, it was our warm up, and we're gonna have different and new programs, and we'd like you to just join us.
Yeah, and if you'd like to hear about something, if there's something that you would like us to talk about, just let us know.
Okay.
Yeah, give us your opinion.
Sure. Are we done with the produce?
I think we're good.
I don't think so,
Unless
but-
you wanted to add something.
No.
Yeah.
Just as
I know I asked too many questions that I kind of redirected what you were gonna say, but yeah.
It's not something burning in your mind
No.
that you say, "Oh,
No.
I forgot. I
I'm
forgot."
pretty sure I'm gonna remember as soon as we stop.
Yeah. Okay,
But
then.
yeah.
Then wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. I hope you all have a great rest of your day whenever you're listening to this, and we will see you soon.
We're
Next
going
week,
to just
hopefully.
have fish with rice.
Oh yeah, and a salad that is all made from Mariam's garden.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye bye.